Idiots. Harry's late repentance as Ross Clark criticizes his foolish docu-war on the British public. Over the next few days, we will hear numerous calls for Harry and Meghan to be stripped of their royal titles, but we would turn the question around and ask, why would the couple want to retain British titles given that they evidently think Britain is a racist hellhole and a monarchy a miserable, outdated concept? The sad truth is the Sussexes reportedly paid $100 million for their Netflix series, the first 3 episodes of which were launched yesterday. Know that exploiting their royal status is the only way they can sustain their film star lifestyles. True, they are not the first royals to cash in on their connections. The Duchess of York penned Budgie the helicopter, while Prince Edward produced the execrable in a royal knockout. But neither sought to damage the firm in the way Harry and Meghan have done. If last year's Oprah Winfrey interview was a first skirmish, their series is a declaration of all-out war, not just on the royal family, but on the British public. Ironically, while claiming to be victims of prejudice themselves, they have ended up feeding an anti-British opinion in the US. He first pointed out how difficult for people to understand how the membership of the royal family opens the door to media deals less well-connected celebrities could only dream about. Secondly, they have learned that even royal fame will not ultimately help one of the biggest media organizations in the world sell a product that the public finds unappealing. He also hypothesized, I must gradually be dawning on them that the world is only really interested when they are spilling the beans on the royal family. In the word of the Netflix Harry and Meghan, Britain is a country which, while civilized on the outside, bubbles with an undercurrent of racial hatred. There is racism here, of course, as there is in any country, but if you want to see race riots, you are more likely to find them in Harry and Meghan's California, the supposed haven from the British racism to which they escaped. The couple's victim narrative was already starting to fall apart before the episodes were released yesterday. Scenes in the trailer purporting to show Meghan being chased by tabloid photographers turned out to have nothing to do with the couple. One showed Katie Prince leaving court, another an associate of Donald Trump heading off to a severe jail sentence. That Netflix couldn't find suitable footage of the Sussexes being pursued by photographers speaks volumes. Huge efforts were made on the part of Buckingham Palace and the press not to expose Meghan to the kind of attention suffered by Princess Diana. Rules set by the palace were largely followed to the letter. Footage from Harry and Meghan's Southern African tour in the trailer presented as some kind of subterfuge turns out to have been taken by one of 3 approved photographers standing in a vantage point agreed with the palace. You wouldn't guess by watching the Netflix series, but there was a huge goodwill towards Meghan when it was revealed she was in a relationship with Harry. Meghan was welcomed into the royal family like no one before her, as someone who could help modernize the monarchy as well as provide a lively soulmate for one of the most popular royals. As for the issue of Meghan's background, the positive comments vastly outweighed a few hateful ones on social media to try to make out she was a victim of anti-foreign sentiment whipped up by Brexit, as Netflix tries to do with the aid of TV historian David Uslag, is preposterous. The producers might think their viewers are stupid, but most can surely tell the difference between a prince falling in love with a foreign national and public concern